last but not least, for my projects tonight, just gonna put my phone in, is this adorable little Christmas sled. So this is a little 3D project that I've decorated for my Christmas tree and to give some away this Christmas. Now the sled is not Stampin' Up. This is something that I've purchased from someone who makes little wooden sleds as a wholesaler. Now, aren't they adorable? So this whole sled measures about 3 inches wide and then about 7 inches long. So the 7 inches is from here to here. So the entire length of the sled, 3 inches wide, being the length of this, the width of this top part here. Okay, so maybe I'll adjust my camera back in. Sorry, I can't, I'm not trying to make you seasick. I just can't make up my mind what I want. Okay, so I've like whitewashed this Baltic birch piece with some gray stain, and then I've spray painted the two what do you call it? The two runners of the sled black. Now, the way these runners go in is they don't go in dead straight. So I'm doing a takeaway kit with me. These don't go in dead straight. They go in at an angle. So dry fit them first. And you'll see what I mean, that they don't press in vertically up and down. They kind of slide in a little bit at an angle. The other thing you can notice is that when you're going to go put glue in, you don't want to put glue in right to the end. You only want your glue to go part way here at the front. And I want my sleigh runners to fit a little bit further ahead, just so that you kind of can see them. So I'm just taking a little bit of wood glue. I'm just going to put a little bit in each slot. Now, this one I accidentally glued together with my son's white school glue. It has yet to come apart, and it's been a few weeks, mostly too, because I'm like, it's not like you're going to be super hard on it. So I think if you're going to glue it, if you don't have wood glue, that's just regular white craft glue, or even like the Tombow glue from Stampin' Up would be sufficient. Do make sure that your runners are even. Okay, so I have those even there. And I'm just going to kind of set this off to the side now because I want that to dry for a few minutes just to make my life a little bit easier. Now, I'm using a retired die set from a couple years ago that I absolutely love. This is the Poinsettia die set. This is the one that had the outlines of the poinsettia as well as the pieces where it would emboss the centers to give the veins of the poinsettia. So I've used this set. I've also, still in my stash, had some of the beaded pearls for the center of these. These are also retired. These are new though. These are the Textural element little wooden pieces. The Merry Christmas is from the Hope and Peace stamp set. I've used this set a ton this year. Definitely my favorite sentiment set of the season. And then this is using the oval layering dies, and that's the current set. So I used both the smooth oval as well as one with the rippled edge. So the poinsettia is in cherry cobbler, the leaves are in shaded spruce, and then the oval also is in cherry cobbler with gray granite being the Merry Christmas gray piece that is popped up. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to stamp my Merry Christmas in cherry cobbler onto my little oval. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera there. There you go. Came out quite nicely. I did try stamping on the wood directly. I think you'd have to do a better job like sealing it. I found it was kind of a little bit of an uneven surface and that it was hard to get the ink even. So I figured the gray granite actually matches quite well. So my whole idea was to create a little bit of that illusion that that even though we're stamping on the gray granite paper, that it actually looks like kind of like the sled is popping through. I don't know if that actually worked, but that was my vision. So I'm going to put my Christmas on my oval piece. Now, my elements, the really fun part about this is you can actually color them. So I used my cherry cobbler, the wider end. Color all my little berries. Now, on the first one that I did, I left all of the stems natural. But I've also seen online where people have been using the blends to color in the stems. So you could either do this like a brown color or green. So I'm using my shaded spruce blend. Just thought I would try this out, show you the difference. Okay, so that's the shaded spruce with cherry cobbler compared to the natural. It's a little bit of a different essence, but I think it looks cute too. Okay, so now I have all of my elements. So I'm just going to move my sled. There's the finished one. So I think you could use glue dots to glue this all together. Oh, before I do that, I am going to. Okay, so I'll take back that train of thought. I've thought about using glue dots, but I've decided to use hot glue just because because it's going to end up being moved around and on the Christmas tree, maybe laid out on a coffee table just for display. I just want it to be a little bit more sturdy, so I'm going to hot glue it together. Okay, find a round pencil. Like it can't be one that's like octagonal, like a very round pencil. And I'm just taking my poinsettias and I'm just curling the leaves up ever so slightly to give that little bit of a natural curl. So I'm curling it so that the side with the veins is facing inwards. So it kind of has an upward curl as a final flower. So then I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little bit of, if you're using a hot glue gun, be careful not to burn all your fingers. I'm going to drop of glue, and then I'm going to rotate my petals so that it's kind of covering all the gaps. See there? Then I'm going to put on the next one, rotating again. Okay, and then last but not least, I thought I took out gems. Maybe I didn't. Take my beaded pearl. Again, this is a really heavy element. So I'm kind of thinking by dropping a little bit of hot glue on there, it'll probably stick better in the long term. Now, this is totally something where when you're kind of looking at placement, you could totally put the poinsettia at the top and the words at the bottom. That actually looks really cute on this one. Or you could do it like I did on this first one and put the words at the top, poinsettia at the bottom. There's really no right or wrong answer. Okay, I'm going to alternate it up. Okay, so I'm gonna place everything in. Now I'm gonna pop a little bit of hot glue under the whole Merry Christmas. I'm gonna take off my poinsettia and try to glue this without moving everything. Let's see if I can remember. Kind of where I wanted the placement to be. Yep, that looks good. If I was really smart, I'd put tick marks in places. Having this a minute or two before it all gets really hard. So put that there, and then I'm going to put my big chunk of hot glue there. Give it a good press so it doesn't move anywhere. Okay, and that's it. It's all glued. The next thing I need is some string hanging on the tree. So I used from the catalog the threaded twine. This one has a bit of the silver wrapped around, as well as I had this first one I actually just used, this actually wasn't Stampin' Up. I just used some regular, what's the right word? Twine, burlap twine, something like that. This one's fancy. It has silver in it. So it kind of gives a little bit of that Christmas sparkle. So I'm just going to loop it through. So that's about, how many inches is that? It's about 12 inches. So about 12 inches of twine. And I'm just going to take and give it a little knot. The end, and then kind of slide it over. Trim the end piece there a little bit. Maybe fray it a little bit now. You know how it goes. Anyways, so this one has more of like just like the relaxed burlap. This one has the one with the silver, one with the sentiment at the top, one with the sentiment at the bottom. But I think both like super duper cute and perfect for your tree. And if you were following my other project with the tag and the little bag, these bags were from 31 Gifts. So they're super cute and really nice quality. The like little sled, it's first perfectly in the bag. And how cute is that to give to someone for Christmas? And if you were following with me for all the projects for this month, I have a cute little card, little bag with the little sled inside. And I think it just makes like a really cute completed project. What a great way to like surprise like a colleague or a family member, friend, teacher with like a cute little Christmas gift ultimately for their tree, with either like a storage bag or maybe a little gift bag that they can regift themselves. I just love it. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Hope you like this little project.